Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we're going to talk about tonight is, whoa, the White House must have eaten its Wheaties for this one because they are living in an alternate reality. They're blaming Republicans for outgunning police on the streets as if something's wrong with the Republican approach to policing. They're asking for them to completely change course on their belief in the Second Amendment and expecting them to do it promptly. And after all, the White House has requested it. You cannot make this up. There's links in the description box below if you want to read this for yourself. And if you are new or you're a returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, making sure you are subscribed to the channel, and turning that notification bell on. We need as many people as we can to get into the fold to pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. And thank you so much for your consideration. And the content tonight is brought to you by LAS Concealment. Now, if you're in the market for a holster for that favorite freedom tool of yours, LAS Concealment might be worth a look. They make all their holsters out of Kydex. They have multiple patterns, multiple designs, inside and outside the waistband. These things are something for everyone. You just got to find what you're looking for. And they are tested at the most expert level of our military forces across the board. There's a link in the description box below, and thank you so much to LAS Concealment for making this content possible. But my brothers and sisters, sometimes I can't even make up the things that I report to you, because this is actually something that they seriously put out from the White House aimed at the congressional Republicans. And, you know, for my 2 cents up in the front, I'm really liking what the Republicans came back with. Anyway, let's get going. White House calls on Republicans in Congress to reverse course on gun policy. So basically become gun controllers, because why not? Now, this is all coming because the budget is filled with a lot of gun control stuff, a lot of money for the ATF, lots of different aspects of the VAWA in there, the Violence Against Women Act. There's a bunch of stuff in there. But let's not fund that. Let's get the Republicans to completely reverse their positions on the Second Amendment. After all, we don't need that pesky old dusted off Second Amendment. So Republicans, just come on over and join the White House. Yeah, that's going to happen. Sarcasm was intended. Let's keep going, because I cannot wait to show you what they're saying here, because the level of creative experience and realism is high on this one. The White House released a memo Wednesday morning calling on congressional Republicans to release a budget and, quote, decide where their values are when it comes to gun policy. Well, since they don't support an assault weapons ban, they don't support a magazine ban, they don't really support red flag laws, in the most part some do, and you also have 50% of all the states going against your most recent ATF actions, I'd say their position's pretty clear, Jojo. But let's continue. Quote, Republicans in Congress refuse to pass an assault weapons ban. Yep. Instead, allowing police to continue to be outgunned on our streets, wrote White House Communications Advisor Andrew Bates. Andrew Bates is drinking the Kool-Aid, because I don't know what planet he's living on, because now he's saying Republicans are for police being outgunned on the streets when what happened about, I don't know, 2 years ago? Just saying. And the third one, quote, will they reverse their attacks on policies that reduce gun crime and join President Biden in banning assault weapons, Bates wrote. I'm thinking no. So right off the bat, from a political analysis, this feels like a very obvious pressure campaign put against the Republicans, because the Republicans have not put out a budget in return. McCarthy has said they'll have one in April. However, don't you worry, the Freedom Caucus struck hard, and listen to how they did, because I love it. I want some more of these. Check this out. The House Freedom Caucus, whose members include the most conservative elements of the GOP, released a budget proposal last week that is unlikely to be considered in the Senate, even if it were passed by the House. Well, I wonder what it was. Check it out. It calls for ending, quote, the unconstitutional pistol brace ATF rule, a federal guideline finalized in January that requires gun owners to register the stabilizing braces with the ATF by May. Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. So the White House comes down and says, you need to reconsider your position on gun policy. You mean abandon the Second Amendment. And the House Freedom Caucus goes, ha-ha, boing! We're just going to go ahead and defund the ATF pistol brace regulation, which is something that I know a lot of you have wanted for. So I'm down with that. But I got one more thing for you, because nothing makes it sweeter than when a politician or a political administration or any type of government entity speaks on behalf of all the American people as a constant and an absolute. Check this out. Quote, By every measure, the American people agree with President Biden on each of these life and death issues, Bates wrote. They will not accept more siding with the gun lobby over our national efforts to stop gun crime, or more siding against law enforcement in the name of partisan ideology. You cannot make this up. This is a political memo that was released to garner support from the gun control lobby and then also build energy against the Republicans when they're building their own budget. They're trying to shape the Republican budget through this memo. The White House either lives in a complete different reality, or this is complete political jargon, which is meant to, again, pressure their opponents into doing what they want and completely abandoning their stance on gun safety, even though it's the Second Amendment that they're supporting. And the control lobby, I'm going to call it that from now on, the control lobby is really just pushing for more control across the board, while the Bruin decision goes at them like a wrecking ball. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.